Hola mi gente, MsMalcolmHughes here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do something a little different with everything that's going on recently over the past few months concerning Black people and Jewish people and anti-Semitism. I wanted to take a moment because I just read it in this book and I think it's still really relevant today. By no means am I saying that I agree fully with this or that this is a perfect analysis, but I am currently in chapter 3 of Where Do We Go From Here? And I wanted to share with you all Dr. King's thoughts on Black and Jewish relations. So I'm going to read a couple of pages that summarize his thoughts, and then maybe I'll give my own take at the end. But the goal is really for you all to get this knowledge and this information, to analyze it and unpack it and figure out what it means to you for your life, and just unpacking all of it. Admittedly, too, a few Negroes have uttered anti-Semitic sentiments. Because racism is a shameful evil wherever it may exist, and because among Negroes anti-Semitism is a particularly freakish phenomenon, it warrants examination. One fact is decisive for perspective and balance. The amount of anti-Semitism found among Negroes is no greater than is found among white groups of the same economic strata. Two polls cited by Professor Thomas Pettigrew in a very recent study in depth conducted by Dr. Oscar Lewis arrive at the same conclusion. These revelations should allay the alarm that has arisen from exploitation and exaggeration of the issue by some white and Negro publicists whose appetite for attention exceeds their attachment to truth and responsibility. The question that troubles many Jews and other concerned Americans is why oppressed Negroes should harbor any anti-Semitism at all. Prejudice and discrimination can only harm them. Therefore, it would appear that they should be virtually immune to their sinister appeal. The limited degree of Negro anti-Semitism is substantially a Negro ghetto phenomenon. It virtually does not exist in the South. The urban Negro has a special and unique relationship to Jews. He meets them in two dissimilar roles. On the one hand, he is associated with Jews as some of his most committed and generous partners in the civil rights struggle. On the other hand, he meets them daily as some of his most direct exploiters in the ghetto as slum landlords and gouging shopkeepers. Jews have identified with Negroes voluntarily in the freedom movement, motivated by their religious and cultural commitment to justice. The other Jews who are engaged in commerce in the ghettos are remnants of older communities. A great number of Negro ghettos were formerly Jewish neighborhoods. Some storekeepers and landlords remained as population changes occurred. They operate with the ethics of marginal business entrepreneurs, not Jewish ethics, but the distinction is lost on some Negroes who are maltreated by them. Such Negroes, caught in frustration and irrational anger, parrot racial epithets. They foolishly add to the social poison that injures themselves and their own people. It would be a tragic and immoral mistake to identify the mass of Negroes with a very small number that succumbs to cheap and dishonest slogans, just as it would be a serious error to identify all Jews with the few who exploit Negroes under their economic sway. Negroes cannot rationally expect honorable Jews to curb the few who are rapacious. They have no means of disciplining or suppressing them. We can only expect them to share our disgust and disdain. Negroes cannot be expected to curb and eliminate the few who are anti-Semitic, because they are subject to no controls we can exercise. We can, however, oppose them and have in concrete ways. There has never been an instance of articulated Negro anti-Semitism that was not swiftly condemned by virtually all Negro leaders with the support of the overwhelming majority. I have myself directly attacked it within the Negro community, because it is wrong. I will continue to oppose it because it is immoral and self-destructive. History has shown that, like a virulent disease germ, racism can grow and destroy nations. Negroes themselves, grossly abused by it, have resolutely preserved a shining virtue. They have never been guilty of crimes against a whole people. I will always do everything in my power to maintain this precious distinction. And that's what Dr. King has to say about it. A lot to unpack there. I think there's some validity in the comments. I think the arguments to be made on each side. I think a challenge that I found with this book is that Dr. King was writing for many people at one time and taking many stances. But I'm curious to know, given that excerpt and given everything that's been happening in society as of late around the topic. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? What do you feel is the path forward? Is there a path forward? Is it a moot point? Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. Please comment them in the comment section below. And until the next time, I'm MsMalcolmHughes, one who believes that books are sometimes better than people. And please remember to give some time, to be kind to each other, and to have the best day of your life on purpose. Peace. Olavo. Adios. Catch you on the next one.